Session Johnson here from the Stretford Inn, and it is the Champions League preview for the game against Atletico Madrid in Spain. And of course, as we all know, Mr. Champions League will definitely relish this opportunity, as we know his history against Diego Simeone, and of course against Atletico Madrid for his time that he had when he was playing at Real Madrid. They fear him in Madrid, we know that. A welcome home for De Gea, who had his career started at Atletico Madrid. Definitely, hopefully, he will get a warm response. But I definitely want to say this first. The champions! Yes, I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling excited after that win we had against Leeds United. I feel that the team definitely has had their morale boosted. If you haven't seen the reaction to the Leeds game, definitely go and watch that video. Leave a like as well if you haven't done so, for enjoying the video. And of course, as I've said, Champions League is back. We are positive. We're wanting to see those lights at night. We want to see, the ball spraying on the pitch. We want to see that stars. And of course there will be stars on show, most definitely tomorrow night. It's a wonderful game, and if you think about it, it could be the last European game that we have, for a while, if we don't play well. I mean, we could get knocked out by Atletico Madrid. It is possible, but I do believe, and I have the positivity that we will definitely give them a good game, and who knows, I believe that we will win. And it won't be a game full of goals, but it will be a tight game that we can win. And of course, as we very well know, the players that Atletico Madrid have. But before I get into that, I just want to speak about Diego Simeone for a couple of seconds. And I want to tell you why I want to speak about him. So years ago, and I mean years ago, when Diego Simeone, had the likes of Diego Costa up front, that team that he had, where he had Juan Fran playing right back. You think back to, the Real Madrid final that they had in the Champions League where Real Madrid won. To me personally, I wanted Diego Simeone then already, mainly because of his character as a coach. He's dirty. He gets into his team. He scolds at them. He pushes them. He shows emotion on the pitch, and probably more so, inside the dressing room. He drives his team forward. He's basically that captain you want on the pitch, screaming, driving you on. But of course, he has won La Liga last season, which showed, wonderful, credit to him as a coach, showing that it is possible, that with the right players and with the right team spirit, and togetherness, you can definitely achieve big things. However, this season, especially in La Liga, it's been a bit up and down for him. They're not doing so well. They're way off top spot, and defending the title, if I have to say, quite poorly. And that should be an advantage to us, give us a bit of a boost, because technically with us laying fourth, and them laying, quite mid-table, if I have to put it that way, Premier League is better than La Liga. So should Atletico Madrid, on current form, have played in the Premier League, they'd probably be battling it out with teams lower, in the lower half of the league. Yes, of course, I know the players that they have might be more, more quality than, certain teams in the Premier League. But in terms of grit, grind, and fight, I don't think Atletico at the current moment are at their best, in terms of confidence, in terms of fighting. And, as they used to call them, the mean machine does not seem to be as mean as of late. Together, they, as I've said, had an up and down season. Most recently had poor form, lost one of the games, most recently leading up to our game tomorrow night, against us. And it shows me that, there's a bit of trouble behind the scenes, so to say. But we do know the Champions League brings out a different side to Atletico Madrid, especially in the evenings, especially in big games. Simeone knows how to get his team fired up. He knows how to push his team, and to drive them on, to get that win. Even if it's a scrappy win, he will definitely drive his team on. So we will definitely have to be prepared for a difficult and tough encounter with Atletico Madrid. We know that certain players such as João Felix, Suarez, Antoine Griezmann, etc. These players are dangerous and can cause us trouble if given space. But we'll definitely be able to deal with them if we cannot get the ball to them, if they are closed down well enough. And As I've said, Atletico Madrid definitely will attack us quite strongly because they are playing home. They will try and get an advantage for the second leg. But if we stay compact, if we do what we need to do, we can definitely capitalize and counter them just as much as we did against Leeds. However, Atletico Madrid is quite good in transitioning from attack to defense, but with our players having confidence, surely we can be able to play through that and definitely, start scoring these goals. I want to speak about our team in the starting 11 that I feel should start for the game tomorrow night. David De Gea in goal, definitely no doubts about that. At the back, as I've said before in the previous video, if you haven't checked that out, go and check that out. Maguire will definitely start as captain in centre back. Had a decent performance against Leeds United, and his confidence has been, pushed up to a much higher level after the goal that he scored. And of course, next to him, Champions League Varane will be coming back. I'm sure of it. At left back, I would like to see Alex Telles start. Luke Shaw has been starting as of late, and I don't think he has been performing well. So I would love to see Alex Telles coming back into his left back position. And of course, on the right hand side, I want to see Diego Dalot, who once again will offer us more than what Bissaka offered us against Leeds going forward. In midfield, I do believe, even though Fred scored his goal, I think that Ragni will probably play McTominay, mainly because of his grit, his tackling ability, his ability to be able to have confidence in himself to go and tackle. Yes, he's not the most technically gifted. He doesn't pass the ball as well, but he is there for us to, bring that passion and that grind that will definitely be needed against, Atletico Madrid and Simeone's team. And of course, as I've said, Pogba and Bruno in the 2-8 positions, which have done well in the past two games against Brighton and Leeds United, and should definitely continue, because I believe any midfield, opposition that sees Pogba and Bruno, it's definitely a concern. It's a threat to them because of their creative abilities and also how they hold onto the ball and their delivery, of passes or crosses into the box. On the left-hand side, this is where it gets a bit tricky for me, and I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford on the right. Interestingly enough, Ragnick didn't play him against Leeds. Perhaps he had this game in mind, but I do believe, based on experience and also because he's got something to prove, I think Rashford will be starting with Sancho, whether they play right wing or left wing or vice versa. They will definitely be swapping throughout the game. Sancho has been in absolute fire form and definitely will deserve to start. And hopefully he can push on with his form and continue to terrorize the defenses that we play against. And I'm sure he will terrorize Atletico Madrid's defense. And of course, as we know, they have Jan Oblak in goal, who's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, but definitely has been and can be beaten by CR7, Champions League, Mr. Champions League himself, Cristiano Ronaldo. A basic team, as I've said, a strong enough team to go and get the win. If not the win, to get us a favourable draw to take back to Old Trafford in the second leg. De Gea in goal, Alex Telles left back, Maguire and Varane in the central defensive positions, Dalot on right back, McTominay, Pogba and Bruno in midfield, Rashford and Sancho, and of course, Cristiano Ronaldo up front. Yes, Elanga has scored, but he does miss out, and I think, for me personally, it would be down to experience. Of course, I know the old saying, if you're good enough, if you're old enough, you are good enough. But of course, this is a Champions League game. It will be a bit different. But if he starts, all kudos to him and Ragnick for having confidence in him. But me personally, I would like to see Rashford and Sancho start, mainly because of that counter-attacking pace that we would need. Elanga grants us that. But for me personally, Elanga could potentially struggle in this game, because it is a European team and they don't treat, players the same as they would when you are playing a game in England. Quite a good team that we have set out, and hopefully this can be the team, moving forward. I believe that we can definitely do well against Atletico. We have to close them down immediately. We have to close the spaces, stop the triangle passing that they will definitely do, ensure that we are not caught out of position, especially when we are being counter-attacked. We also have to work together. As if we do play the 4-3-3, we need to ensure that we are close to each other, we are compact, and then we can definitely, perform well and use the confidence that we got from the last two games and use it in this game to trust each other on the pitch, to trust the coach and his decisions that he makes, and ensure that we pass to each other. Too many times, players run on their own and don't pass to someone in a better position, but let's change that. Let's have a better output and a better mindset. And of course, we'll definitely hear what Ragnick has to say in his press conference, leading up to the Champions League game against Atletico Madrid. But of course, I thank you once again, guys, for joining me today in this Champions League preview for the game against Atletico Madrid tomorrow. I trust that you guys are excited as I am. I am so excited to once again watch a Champions League game with earnesty, and with belief, and knowing that we most definitely have pulled out all the stops to deserve to be in this round of 16 tie against Atletico Madrid. And if we go through, God willing, I believe that we can go through. Who knows what might happen? I'm not saying we will win the Champions League. It's a very difficult task to do that. But anything is possible in football. And if you believe and dream in the impossible, it definitely is possible. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a wonderful day further. We'll definitely speak soon again. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and on Twitter. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Continue to like the videos and share it amongst all of your Manchester United friends and family. That is it, me, Sashin Johnson from the Stretford Inn. Goodbye.